Hey guys, welcome back. Week 2, day 1. Today's Monday, so you should be watching this video on Monday. If not, you're catching up. That's fine. Um, so I want to talk to you guys about what changed. So I moved all the old stuff to the folder so it's easier to find what we're working on. The online class, everything that was last week, I put into this folder. So if you need to make up your work, you can go into that folder. It's right there. We still have the periodic table for you. I still have this reference sheet for you. The new thing is right here. One of them is extra credit. So the extra credit this week, you're gonna go here, click on this link below. I'm gonna start having office hours between noon and 2 o'clock. I'll be here waiting to answer your questions. All you gotta do is log in this link below and log in and say hi. If there's more than one of you, I want you guys to have your mic muted and type in the chat. That way we don't talk over each other and get to your questions a lot easier that way. And then if I'm not going to sit here for 7 hours. I'll have the chat open as much as possible so you can get this extra credit. If I'm not sitting at the desk while you guys are logging in, all you really have to do is just type in the chat, say hello, and then you can leave. I'll look at the chat and I'll know that you were there. Unless you need help from me, I will be here. You can ask me a question. Now, if you go back to the materials tab, we go to Monday. This is what we're going to be working on today. Our objective, if you're given a chemical formula, you're going to be able to draw or to name the covalent compound. The video is not uploaded yet. It will go right here once I'm done shooting it. The PowerPoint, now for the PowerPoint's right here. This is the one that I'm going to use while I'm explaining in the video. This is the reference sheet. You guys need this reference sheet. The only part of the reference sheet you really need is down here in the bottom right where it says prefixes. You need to know these prefixes. You don't need to memorize them because it's an online class. You can always have that open right next to you while you're taking the test. The practice problems, things I need you to practice are problems 1 through 5. Pages 2 and 3 of these practice problems, these last 2 pages right here, that's for extra practice. I don't need you guys to do that extra practice right now, not until after tomorrow. I just want you guys to do these 5 right here. Name these 5 compounds. The answer key is down here, so don't open that until you try answering those questions. And today's test question, what you're going to have to be able to do is you're going to have to explain how you name covalent compounds. It has to be in your own words, and I want you to use only the resources that I give you. Some of you last week were answering the questions with words using words that I did not explain yet or teach yet. That's totally fine for you to understand that. What I want you guys to do is practice using only the material that I teach you. So yes, you can look up on Google other things on or YouTube or Google or Wikipedia, whatever you want. That'll help you understand the topic that I'm teaching right now. But I want you, when you're answering this test question, to only use the words that I teach you in class. And then let's just get on with the PowerPoint. So we're talking about naming covalent compounds. The prefixes you need to know are mono is 1, di is 2, tri is 3, tetra is 4, penta is 5, hexa means 6, hepta 7, octa 8, nona 9, and deca is 10. What a prefix is, it's something that goes at the beginning of a word. It's an add-on to a beginning of a word. And what the prefixes do for us with these covalent compounds, it tells us how many of that element you have. So let's say I have something like this, right? P2O5. Well, we know P stands for phosphorus, and 2 is di. So the di is a prefix. It goes in front of phosphorus, so you would write diphosphorus. That's the first word. The second word, remember it ends in IDE. O stands for oxygen, right? The ID version of oxygen is oxide, and the prefix that goes in front of it is 5, which is penta. So it's pentaoxide. Now, whenever you have this A, right, or this O, and it meets up with a vowel, right? Oxygen starts with a vowel, and this mono ends with a vowel. Those vowels don't go together too well. So what we do is just we delete this one right here from the prefix. Just erase that, and then it'll work out just fine, right? This is not, now you can probably guess what it's called. I'll give you a second. Pause the video and try. It's called pentoxide. next one. So these are the steps. It's really only 2 steps. You name the first element with the prefix to indicate how many there are. If there's only one, the prefix would be mono, but you don't write mono at the beginning of the word or at the beginning of the compound. You just ignore it. And you write the name of the second molecule, the second element. You do give it a prefix telling you how many there are, but you also have to remember end with IDE. Oxide, phosphide, sulfide, right? Then they're both nonmetals, so it's going to be one of those 9 that we learned last week. So go ahead and practice these. Pause the video and practice. How many carbons are there? All right, now we'll move on. How many carbons are there? There's only 1 carbon. So the prefix is mono, but you don't put mono at the beginning of a compound, so you just ignore it. So you just say carbon, and then what's the prefix here? It is di. Di, and it's not dioxygen, right? It's not carbon dioxygen. It's carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide. Next one. The prefix is 2, so it starts with di. Dihydrogen. The first element, you don't change the name of that. You don't change it to hydride in the beginning, right? It's dihydrogen, and then the oxygen has a 1, so it's monooxide. Dihydrogen monooxide. Carbon, it has a subscript of 1. That prefix would be mono, but it's at the beginning, so you don't write the word mono in the beginning. It's our exception. Hydrogen has a prefix of 4, which is tetra. So that's tetrahydrogen. But hydrogen is the very last element, so it has the IDE sound at the end. So it's not carbon tetrahydrogen, it's carbon tetrahydride. This next one, phosphorus, has a subscript of 1. You don't put mono in the beginning of the word, so it's just phosphorus. 3, the prefix for 3 is tri. So you call this phosphorus trichloride. And then this one, the prefix is tetra, and the prefix for this oxide is deca. So it is tetraphosphorus decoxide. And that's it for that section. The rest of this is for tomorrow. Going to the formulas for tomorrow. Bye guys, have a great day.